Jane claimed she had an epidural via an IV drip in her hand, which isn't how epidurals work. Am I the asshole for gossiping with my mom about my brother's fiancé potentially lying about giving birth? I, 22 female, have an older brother, John, 32 male, who has been with his fiancée, Jane, 30 female, for 4 years. They recently had a 4-month-old baby, but something about Jane's pregnancy and birth feels off. Jane found out she was pregnant at 5.5 weeks and immediately called my mom to tell her. Mom was excited but confused since it seemed very early. A few hours later, Jane called again, sobbing about having insatiable cravings. When my mom jokingly said, "Isn't it a bit early for cravings?" Jane snapped, yelling that it was her pregnancy and no one else's. Later, she blamed the outburst on hormones. When my brother returned from a work trip, Jane insisted they stay at her mother's house for the remainder of the pregnancy. We didn't see her again until after the baby was born. John said this was because Jane was afraid of losing the pregnancy and wanted to be with her mom, so we needed to respect boundaries. The strange things that happened: they shared no ultrasound pictures, had no baby shower, and avoided pregnancy discussions entirely. Jane's pregnancy cravings were identical to a list from a pregnancy article, even in the same order. When the baby was born, they thanked us for helping by staying away. Jane claimed she had an epidural via an IV drip in her hand, which isn't how epidurals work. She said the baby had latching issues because he was born without an umbilical cord stump, which can happen, but it's extremely rare and life-threatening. Yet their baby is fine. She first claimed the baby basically fell out of her within an hour, but John described a traumatic, difficult birth. So which is it? Mom and I both have doubts, but neither of us has outright accused her of anything. The most I've done is ask follow-up questions when Jane brings up the pregnancy. But a few days ago, my brother texted Mom, saying that our doubt is disrespectful and that we owe full apologies for bullying Jane. I haven't said anything offensive. I've just noticed major inconsistencies in her story. Am I the asshole?